And we're back on K4HD.com. Spiritual Coach Ari Mac. Now I'm live on my YouTube under Spiritual Coach Ari Mac. Hey, hey, hey. And on my TikTok under Candles by Ari. Now, I'm glad you guys are joining me today because we're talking about regulating your mind, which is so important when you're trying to do manifestation and you're wanting to make things happen. Now, you guys as faith-based people know how hard it is and the challenge you have to go through when you're trying to speak positively into existence what you'd like to have. That's fostering that deeper connection to your higher power. Now, I support that, and that's one of the reasons why this Saturday we're going to have a virtual open house. You can look for the information in my bio. It's absolutely free. And guys, the power of your mind is mind-blowing. You have no idea how your regulation of thoughts, how your inflammation in your voice, all these things affect who you are and what you draw to yourself. And I know it sounds like, oh, what's the big deal? But it's a very big deal, especially with Mercury being in Leo right now. Now, I'm going to talk more about this on Saturday because I've, over the years, have watched my clients and myself grow from having nothing. I mean, nothing, guys. Didn't even think they could pull things together to actually move it into their own homes, having their careers, having their families. But it took time, it took focus, and there's no instant overnight success story. I can just tell you as a spiritual life coach, it's been my honor and it's my privilege to watch people step into their power and expand their minds and realize that they have no limitations. Now, the affirmations that I'm giving you guys on this show are affirmations that I've used for many, many years with my clients, and they work. Now, the aromatherapy that I include in my products enhances that. And of course, I have the astrology for you. Now, at the last segment, I am going to tell you guys the astrology for the next 2 weeks. And it's just something that each sign has a certain exercise, a certain theme that can help you stay on task. Now, I am streaming live, like I said, from my TikTok and from my YouTube. And this affirmation, this is for red, it's for courage, determination. I am paying attention to myself and what is going on around me. I am blessed under grace in perfect way, and so it is. I pay attention to myself and what is going on around me. I am blessed under grace in perfect way, and so it is, and so it is. Regulating your mind, guys, asks you to stop and think about what you're doing, why you're doing it, and what is your motivation. You ever think sometime that you're actually just putting yourself in situations because, you're supposed to, or this is what you were taught? But have you stopped and thought about, why am I doing these things? What is motivating me to be attracted to the same energy over and over again? But over the years, I have learned that there's tricks that we can do and we can say to help ourselves stay on task. Now, it's great if you have a family member, a best friend, a clergy, a mentor, someone that you could go to and talk to when you hit these walls of spiritual crises. But I, as a spiritual coach, I can break down the elements and show you exactly why sometimes you are picking up on that energy. See, we're very emotional creatures, centurions, in fact. We smell, touch, and taste and feel way beyond our comprehension. Now, intellect tries to put it in a little box and serve it up so we can intellectually understand. But the reality is this world is beyond our comprehension, and there's energy and forces that are ever flowing in and through us, in and through us. So we have the power within ourselves to draw what we need and repel what we don't. But you have to believe in yourself. You have to have that confidence in the spiritual divine design that runs in all of us. It's not against anybody's religion. It doesn't have to put anybody down. It's just simply love. But to receive that love, to harvest that love, takes courage. Because love is never one-sided. It's very colorful and it grows. Now, with Mercury being in Leo and Venus being in Leo, we want to love big right now. And then Mars being in Taurus, that's three fixed planets right now in front of us. So it is a good time for you to start playing games with yourself and get real about what are you trying to do here? What are you trying to make happen? Put the fear to the side of all the doubts and put the courage forth of what can we do to make this a better situation for self. What can I do to turn this around so my energy is drawing in good and not bringing in crazy shit? Just unnecessary shit from people and situations that you can't help because they're not asking you for their help. You can be an example. You can be of service, but that's only if the person wants it. And if not, pray for them. Send them a lot of light. Donate where you can. Give them some clothes, some food, and let them be. Because sometimes people just have to go through their process. And when you're regulating your mind, pray for their mind to be regulated as well. Pray for their salvation. Send them some light and love. And if you can't, then just leave them alone. The universe is not asking you to do anything. It's up to you. So this affirmation, which I find to be delicious, states, I am paying attention to myself and what is going on around me. I am blessed under grace in perfect way, and so it is. I am paying attention to myself and what is going on around me. I am blessed under grace in perfect way. How many of us can say that and own it? Do you believe that you're blessed? Be honest with yourself for one few moments. Do you honestly believe that you are blessed, highly favored, and fortunate? You should. Because if you're listening to me or you're watching me on any of the social medias, you are blessed. You're receiving positive information right now as you speak because I'm sending you love. Just pure love. Pure love. And all you got to do is receive it. Take the affirmation that I'm giving you. Use it for a couple of days. Use it every day. Write me, text me, email me. Let me know how it is working for you. Now this Saturday, which is going to be July 20th, I will be having a virtual open house that's absolutely free. The registration's at Candles by Ari. It is going to be glorious. It is going to be through Zoom, so I'm going to give everybody about an hour before the class, before I open doors, to send out the Zoom. And then once we start, we're going to lock it down so that I can really give you guys the information that I've been instructed to give, and that we also can have a chance for Q&A, some questions and some answers. We got some classes coming up. We got some new things coming down the pipe. And I'm so tickled that you guys are here. I'm so tickled that you guys are here. Because we're going to all need to stand together. We all going to need this. Just the way that it goes. Now, one step at a time is all I ask, which is starting to take care of self. Health, wealth, love, and perfect self-expression. That is, to me, the square root of life. You have those elements balanced on a regular basis, then I think you could be a pretty content soul. Yeah? If you had your health, you had love, you had your wealth, self-expression. I mean, those are things that I think are our divine given right. But we have to ask for those things. And we have to work toward those things. And guys, this is where regulation of your mind, starting with the affirmation, is the best way to open that door. No one else is in your heart but you. Nobody else can tell you what to do. Nobody else can control you. That's the truth. There's a lot of things that happen to knock you off your game, and a lot of people can be really, really mean to you. And I'm being nice, but you know what I'm saying. There are people that are just asses, and there's nothing you can do about it. But I have seen the power of how this good stuff works. And it's like when melodies come down from heaven, when spirit is just like raining down on you. It is a beautiful thing. All right, so we have only one more segment left, and I'm going to give you guys the astrology in this next segment. So come on back. It's Spiritual Coach Ari Mack, cape4hd.com. See you in a minute. Whew. Hey guys, how you doing? Hey, hey, hey. Hmm, interesting. Such love muffins. Are you getting your 32 ounces of 64 ounces of water in a 24-hour window? Mm. Now, this last segment, I'm going to be sharing my astrology for each one of the signs. So I'm going to go by the elements first, and I'll break it down to the signs. Okay? So this should be very interesting. Mm. Woo! Got some more water. Thirsty. And we're back on cape4hd.com, spiritual coach Ari Mack. I mean, this hour flies by, you guys. It just flies by. So, I'm going to save the best for last. We're going to talk about the astrology, but I just want to go over the notes. This episode's about regulating your mind by, first of all, controlling your words. Just think about the affirmations that's coming out of your mouth, what you're saying, what you're trying to have happen. What's your goal? Just what is your goal? And then, of course, if you can, spend a little bit of time listening to your body. Because that's another form of regulation, guys. You know when you're not eating properly. You know when you're not sleeping properly. You know when your body is telling you it doesn't want something to happen. You know these things. And it's our job to regulate those. Okay? We have a lot of Leo coming down right now, with Mercury being in Leo and Venus being in Leo. Then Mars is in Taurus, which is another fixed sign. So we have a very strong opinion right now about what we're trying to make happen. Now, this Saturday, I will be having a virtual open house at Candles by Ari. So definitely check it out. It's on the web. Just give a shot, register. It is going to be through a private Zoom link. Okay, it's going to be 11 a.m. on July 20th. So definitely hit us up, register. It's going to be good. I'm going to talk about my philosophies, going to let you guys know, where I come from, where my background is, and I got a lot of specials for you, a lot of specials. Now, we are going to be bringing out mindful guided meditation in every 2 weeks, because that's a regulated class now, and I will be bringing in the color and fragrance classes as well. So, we have a lot of growth to do. Pluto is in Aquarius, going backwards. Neptune is in Pisces, going backwards. Uranus is in Taurus. Saturn's in Pisces, going backwards. And Jupiter is in Gemini. Whew. That's quite a bit. And we got a lot of that fire going on. So for my earth signs, with Mars being in Taurus and Venus being in Taurus, this is a really good time for you to put into actions what you're trying to allow into your life. Like, what is the goal here? What is the objective? What are we trying to make happen? Okay? And it's a good time to not only write about it, but actually see about where you can implement some of the exercises. Stepping out of your comfort zone right now would be a big opportunity for you, because I think with Venus giving you that extra love, or excuse me, Mars giving you the extra attention, and Uranus giving you that extra expansion, I think you can find yourself receiving things you haven't really received before. Now that's specifically for my Tauruses. For my other Earth signs, which was Virgo and Capricorn, you will benefit from doing a little bit more expansion. And you could just simply try a different lotion on your skin. Go to a different store than you normally would. I'm not asking you to do anything extreme. I'm asking you just to take steps to not be so regimented in allowing the universe to bring in new energy. Yeah, just new people, new opportunities. Now, with my fire, let's jump back. With my water signs, you're going to be very, very emotional, especially Pisceans right now. With the retros going on with Neptune and Uranus, even though it's in a this Uranus is in its natural planet, it is going to make you evaluate. It is going to make you question. It is going to make you kind of think about some things. We'll go more into the signs and what they mean on Saturday, because I think it's important to understand that sometimes it's just an element to be used. And if you really think about it, you probably are going through something and you need to deal with your emotions. You need to let go of some of your pain and be more conscious of your feelings. Yeah? So that's for my Scorpios, Pisces, and Cancers, especially my Pisces. I think you're going to be a lot more emotional and a lot more sensitive, and that's okay. Just make sure you're getting sleep, make sure you're eating right, and make sure you're doing your affirmations, because it's very important that you don't say and do things you really don't mean, because you can conjure up some silly, silly stuff right now. Okay, water signs? Fire. Now that's my Leos, my Sagittarius, and my Aries. With Venus being on top of you and Mercury being excuse me, Mercury being in Leo and Venus being in Leo, my fire signs have an extra and Jupiter being in Gemini, it's sextile. It's sextiles, which means it works very well together. So you guys, just my fire signs, needs to just go ahead and whip some ass. Like whatever it is you're trying to do, whatever situation you present yourself in, make a clear, decisive decision and just follow that. Just follow what your intuition is really saying to you, because it's time to prepare for the next level. And the sun was tiptoeing into Leo, so this is probably one of my favorite times of the year because it's more fun. It's coming to the end of the summer. I mean, it's this fun sign. So if I were you, especially Leos right now, I would really come up with some clear planning, just some clear structures, and stick to it. Even if nobody else wants to do it, you do it. I think you'll be very, very, very surprised and actually very happy that you did. Okay? And then we go into my air signs. Now, air, that's my Gemini, my Libra, my Aquariuses. Aquarius is especially going to be a little bit out of sync because you have all this water coming. Uranus is in Taurus, which is normally your native planet. Then you have Pluto and Aquarius going backwards. Pluto is rules by Scorpio. So you may be feeling all this hidden pressure, all this information coming in. Be a good time for you to journal, write, especially Aquarius, as your writing can be very prolific. For my Geminis and my Libras, it's just a good time to completely stay on boundaries. Like, for some reason, I keep seeing you having to be clear about what you're saying and what you're doing, so that your energy is flowing towards what you want and not just sending you around in circles, which means you need to define to the universe and to yourself and speak into existence what is your ultimate goal. What would make you happy? And that's deep, guys. That's deep. Because sometimes you can't specify because you need to evaluate. Okay? So spend a little bit of time, especially my Geminis, with Jupiter being so native with you right now, Jupiter being in Gemini. Great time for you to look at your long-term plans and, maybe be open to some changes, because things may not work exactly the way you planned. And if they don't, that's also the universe telling you something. So, find that balance. Okay? Now, don't forget, this Saturday, we're going to be doing the virtual open house, which I'm so tickled about. And you can catch that on the Candles by Ari. You can register for that. And don't worry, guys, I'm going to be doing more stuff. We got classes coming up. We're going to be making a lot of noise because I feel like energetically, if we could just stop and just think about what we're asking for in our affirmations. What are we trying to speak into existence? I'm an affirmation manifestation expert. I can tell you, even if you're not in a good place, even if you feel dark and disillusioned, crazy, la la la, if you could just not say stupid shit, if you could just affirm for something better, and if you can't do that, then just be quiet. Just be quiet. Because the universe hears us, they hear us. And who doesn't want to be a winner? Winners don't quit. Winners don't just throw it in the towel. Winners take a loss and they evaluate it and they learn and they grow and they assess. And eventually we love and respect them because they show patience and determination and courage, which is what this affirmation that I'm giving you guys is about: courage. I am paying attention to myself and what is going on around me. I am blessed under grace and perfect way, and so it is. Let's say it together. I am paying attention to myself and what is going on around me. I am blessed under grace in a perfect way, and so it is. That harms none, it takes away from nobody. It's just a neutral salute. We can regulate our minds. The universe has given us the tools, the techniques, and the skill sets to do it. Now, doing it, that's a different set of circumstances. That's where the work, the determination, the focus, the patience, the self-love. Because you may go down there, guys, and find some things about yourself that you really don't like. And that's okay too. That's okay. Nothing's perfect. But this is the whole of you. This, what the universe gave you. So you have to bless it. You have to be thankful for it. And you have to treat yourself with kindness and respect. Treat yourself like you would want somebody else to be treated. You don't want to see anybody look crazy. You don't want to see people walking around being mean to one another, right? You want to be able to hear and have an earnest conversation and not escalate into some sort of fist fight, because we all can be heard and disagree and agree to disagree. But this is where the work comes in. This is where you and I need to reach within our souls and find out what is the message that we're being told. What message is coming through our being? And how can we receive that and use that to make ourselves happier? Because if you're happy, sweetheart, you're going to attract happiness. You're going to do happy things. You're not going to go out and be hideous and mean to someone for joy. You're not going to kick somebody when they're down because it's wrong. And you're not going to take advantage of the innocent because that's just not right. So energy begets energy. And you want to draw in as much positive energy within yourself. So that means you got to love self. Regulating your mind, regulating your body requires you to take that responsibility, that initial step. I, as a spiritual life coach, have helped faith-based people foster a deeper connection to their higher power so they can attain their goals. But you got to want to do the work. All right, look for all of my ads and information all over the net. I want to thank you guys for joining me. Thank you to my engineer. Thank you, Instagram family. Thank you, Facebook family. Thank you, YouTube family. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. Same time next week. Stay blessed.